Hello everyone, welcome to Learnowledge. Today we'll be discussing about the class binding. We'll be discussing how to bind the CSS class with TypeScript variable, how to use interpolation with class binding, usage of ngClass directive in Angular, and at the end we'll have a quiz. So stay tuned. Class binding is used to set a class property of a HTML element. So with using class binding, we can actually add and remove a CSS class names from an HTML element, and it is very much similar to the property binding that we learned in the previous tutorial. So let's just jump to the ground. um, Let me just remove few of the things from here. Let me clear out our HTML and our TypeScript as well. Yeah, let me just create one CSS class. So with the convention, CSS class starts with a dot symbol, and then you can give it a name, and inside the curly brackets you can provide your CSS properties. Let's suppose color red. If you can hover it here, it will give you some quite decent picker here. Let's say font size be like 25 pixel, and let's just set the font style as well, italic. All right, so let's jump to the HTML. So normally what we do in our HTML tag is like if we need to bind some properties, we use this class attribute of HTML. So if we use like class, my class, which is actually your CSS, and you can give it a string or something. This is our normal styles. So let's just save it. Let me open a browser. So you see that division tag, it's having styles based on your my class. So now let's just copy this stuff here, and in the next line we can use the square bracket, and this will be your TypeScript variable. So you can give it any name like my variable, my var, and this is from TypeScript. You can say that from TS. Now you need to create as my var variable in your TypeScript class. So it would be like my var and your actual CSS class name, which is in our case my class. So when you save it, what it will do, it will bind your CSS class with this variable, and since this variable name is actually a CSS class, so it will bind that properties to that division tag. So there are other ways, there are other uh, things that we can use in binding. Let me just copy it here, and let's just say if you want to use a property like some boolean property, and you can uh, put some conditions to apply the styles or not. So what you can do, like you have a class attribute, and after that you can provide your class name. In our case, this is my class, and you can put some boolean variable here is style active. This is a conditional. So now in our TypeScript, we need to create a variable of Boolean type, and we can make it true. And when you save it, since this is a true, oh, I did some typo here. All right. So since this is style active is true in our TypeScript class, so it evaluates to true, and that's how it was able to apply my class to this division. And also you can use interpolation here. Let's say if you want to make an active to one division or inactive to another division based on your some toggle, so you can do it like that on as well. So you see one statement is having styles and another one is not having. So this is how you can use interpolation here. Angular provides a feature from which you can pass on your style object as well. So let me just copy this one, and we can give it like some variable name. Let's say style check, and you need to create a style check object here. So it would be like style check, and before that we need to create some of the classes. So let me just create few sample classes. Say special class, and that way we can have a, let me just copy this one, color of this, font size 50, and let's leave it here. And let me just create some other classes like font class. So I'll just copy this font size to, let's make it 80 pixels. And let me just copy this one, and let's just create another class. Let's just name it color class, and there you can pass on any of the color. So this is just one of the example that you can refer for learning purpose. So yep. All right, so we have three classes in place. One is spatial class, which is having three attributes of your CSS. One is color, font size, font style. Another one is a font size, and another one is a color. So in our TypeScript, what we can do, we can pass along these names as an object. So let me just copy spatial class here, spatial class, and we can put some variable here, some boolean variable is spatial active, and let me just create a spatial active variable here. Let me be like a boolean type, and let's make it true. Oops, yeah. So you need to get this variable using this keyword. My bad. Now let's just copy another one, font class. We like this dot is font active. So you can use this bulb here, some utility that will help you in creating some of the properties automatically. So let me just change it to true. All right. And let me just copy the last one, which is a color class. And let's just create a variable is color active, and it would be a boolean type. Let's make it true for now. So this dot is color active, and that's it. So in our HTML, we have passed along this style check, and this is an object which we created in our TypeScript class, and accordingly, these all of the classes, whichever class is active, will be applied. So let me just save it, and let me just give it. This is from this is from a style check. Save it. So you see, all of the three classes are applied as of now to our division. So let me just play it around like is style. Uh, Let me just make it as false for the special active. So you see, the style has been changed. So currently only the font class and color class has been applied, and special active is false. Let me just make it true. Font is make it false. So you see, the size has been decreased. So as of now, spatial class and color class is active. So in this way, you can pass along the object, and you can manipulate your HTML element and their view. So there is one another thing we mentioned, like there is a directive, Angular directive, which is ngClass. So it's you can use ngClass like that. So it will have no difference basically whatsoever. So it will work as similar to the class, and it will give you the same result like this. So that's all for today. Let's just jump to the quiz. So our quiz is which will be the output in browser after running below code. So we have three files. In component.html we have a division tag, and there we are having class, and we are calling a get class method, and we are having some detailing in our division. In a component ES, we have the method get class, and that returns my blue class in string. And in our component.css, we have a my blue class that returns a CSS property. And you have an option on your screen. So the correct answer is option 3. This is a div in red color. So basically, you can use a method as well in order to return some classes based on some of the manipulations, and you can change the view according to the user's requirement. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Please hit like, comment your queries in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel, and please hit the bell icon so that you won't miss any further update.